a while. I haven't been on for, I think, like maybe over a month. I've been traveling, exploring this country, driving all the way to DC and back, and I've been to Mexico and just been doing a lot of fun things. So thanks for your patience, and I'm back with new videos, hopefully more often, because there's just so many things I want to tell you. But today, I know I'm, what is it, a week or so behind, but this is really important, and I really wanted to talk about the new Rolling Stones article and the Foxnews segment that went out there into the world talking about professional cuddling. Can you believe it? Like, this was so big, it touched my dad. Like, my dad, who is a staunch Republican in Illinois, he, you know, like, we've never talked about what I do. Can you believe it? Like, there's family members that, like, I don't mention it and they don't ask me, so I just kind of keep it, you know, muted, unless they bring it up. And my dad, for the first time, texted me and said, hey, they're talking about you, kind of a thing. And what I thought was also funny is I didn't know if he even knew what I did. Like, I wasn't open and honest about it because, again, I just, you know, yeah, I just didn't think. But yeah, he knew, and he found it very interesting. So that was great. It built our relationship a little bit more as we got to talk about, you know, again, me being perceived as the liberal in the family, and dad being the conservative. That was, again, really great for Fox News and Rolling Stone to bring the family together. It can happen. Okay, so these two, there's an article and a segment, right? If you look up Fox News Cuddling, you'll find the segment. And if you look up Rolling Stone Cuddling, you'll find the article. Rolling Stone talked about cuddle party and one-on-one cuddling. And Fox talked about Cuddlist, right? Which is the organization which I was trained and I love dearly. So here we go. We're going through these, and I have come up with 3 myths that I feel like social media, well, not social media, media, conservative media, kind of talking about and saying sometimes not directly, but like, I'd like to be able to dispel these from my personal experience. Again, I'm Janet Trevino. I live in San Antonio, Texas. And if you're looking for a session with me, I'll put some links at some point. If you find me on YouTube, you'll see the links in the description. Okay, so here are the 3 myths, and then I'll unpack each kind of quickly, as quickly as I can. 1, only snowflake liberals see professional touch and cuddling professionals. Yep, only the liberals. That's kind of the sense I got from the Rolling Stones articles. That's the first myth. Second, the increase has been because of the election. All right. Is it a myth? Is it true? We'll see. I'm going to unpack that one a little bit as well. And 3, the popularity is exclusively in large liberal cities. 3. So I would say, and that one hasn't been said as explicitly, but as you see, like, we've had reports out of like New York City. That's where the Fox News one came out of. Again, we see things out of Chicago and LA. I mean, again, these are large cities. They are liberal cities. And so what's happening in the South, where I am, right? So we're going to go ahead and go through each of these, and I'm going to share from my perspective what I've experienced. So number 1, only liberal snowflakes see professional cuddlers or go out and get professionally touched. So I have had many Trump voters come see me. And I can say at least 1 white supremacist. And that was kind of like an iffy thing, like, how do I know he's white supremacist? Did he really come out and tell me? Some of my clients do friend me on Facebook, and I do kind of follow some of their posting. So, you know, I'm like, I see you there. And I'm working through kind of what that means for me as a brown person, and also as an advocate for justice. So putting that aside, though, I do see these people, right? And sometimes we can have really beautiful and interesting conversations that when you experience touch, all your defenses go down. There's some science, I mean, there's some things I've been reading around. When someone has pleasurable touch, the blood goes to the skin, and that allows for trust to be built and to feel really warm, and like, it allows for the defenses, again, to be like gone, and people are able to talk about things and share their fears, and in a way that's really difficult when you're on the streets, when you're protesting. That's not the place that people can share their vulnerabilities. So I would not be able to touch someone if they were in a fearful state. They would repel me, they would like push me away, because it feels terrible, right? So to have Trump voters come and see me and trust me, that's huge, right? I mean, of course I also see people of all persuasions, but to believe that it's only liberal snowflakes that are coming to see someone like me is completely wrong. So that's one, media, get that one straight. And you can come talk to me if you'd like to have more information on that. I'd love to share that with you. All right, so, and I'll say one last thing about that that's really important. When one isolates and says a specific group does this bizarre thing, what it does is it stigmatizes it for the entire community. So I also want to say shame on you, because what you've done is you've made cuddling liberal. And so there are people that may want to come and see me, but now may think, well, I don't want to be a liberal, because that's what liberals do, right? And it's stigmatizing touch. It's making it more difficult to access than it was potentially before. Again, maybe some people can just move on, but when you see a personality on TV kind of ridicule what you need, it's harder to access that. So yeah, shame on you. I'm just gonna say it. And I hope that people still find a way to get to me and get to other people that are practicing cuddling and cuddlists all over the country, all over the world, really. And so yes, there are closet cuddle monsters that do require high confidentiality. And so if you're that person and you want to make sure that nobody knows your name and that you are you voted for Trump, that's okay. I will gladly see you. So number 2 myth out there. So the increase has been because of the election. I'm gonna push back on this one a little bit. I think the election revealed what's already present within us, where a lot of us are feeling lost and desperate and unseen, right? So that was already there. And so again, that is also on the tails of, we've been at war for how many years? Like, I don't even have the number. There's been job insecurity. Families have been suffering as well, because whenever a nation is at war, and at war within itself, and at war with other people that are foreign, that we're afraid of, that stress, it stresses all of us. So the fact that that's been increased with the election, I don't think so. I think that it's been increased. Why it's increased is because we're talking about it, right? We're destigmatizing it. We're seeing it as something that's possible, that's new. I have been doing these videos, yay! And like tons of people from all over the country contact me saying, when are you going to be in my town, right? Because I want to see you. I think it's really sweet, and I would love, if you are that person, let me know. Maybe I'm traveling through and come and see you. But I think we're all kind of feeling unseen and stressed, and a part of our modern humanity right now is we're disconnected from each other, and it's struggle. There's a huge struggle. So I think that it's not the election. I think we've always kind of had this, and thanks to, now that I said shame on you, now I'll say thank you, media, for exposing. And thank you, Fox News. Because of you, I got some new clients who were watching this segment and said, I saw you on, didn't see me, but I heard about your service on Fox News, and I'd like to come see you. Particularly about this client, he has a terminal illness, and he has 6 to 12 months to live. 60-something-year-old white male, and this is kind of his way to, hopefully he pulls through, but it doesn't look so good, and this is a way for him to get touched, right? And that's more important than his politics, right? His health. That's more him to have a place where he can receive touch that's not pressuring him, doesn't have any expectations, and there's no performance required, is valuable. And in his marriage, it's not always there. Oof. So, yeah, and yeah, I did have one client pass away in May, and again, it's like, this is the way people do what they do, right? They do these things, they get touch. They don't know when they're going to pass. But anyway, so there's a lot of other things happening other than an election. All right, last thing, number 3. The popularity is exclusively in large liberal cities. Well, guess what? I'm in the South. South Texas. And in South Texas, I can't say we're like completely conservative. and I don't, I wouldn't say that, but I am part of a blue section, but we are high veterans here. Lots of veterans, a lot of people that are devoted to the government, that are loyal to the politics. And I am one of the most successful touch specialists, cuddling professionals, certified with Cuddlist.com. I'm one of the highest. I don't know, seen most people. I have seen almost 700 hours of touch with my community alone. And so, yeah, being in the South, it's still, I mean, I don't know, again, I could make an argument potentially that there is actually more value in being in a conservative area than being in a liberal area. My liberal cities, the Cuddlists and other liberal cities are not getting as many hours as me. I don't know why. And again, I have the brown skin, so like, I don't know, maybe it's the brown skin that's bringing people. I was totally teasing. So that's pretty much it. I've hopefully dismantled, or at least kind of taken apart, these 3 myths. Again, they are only liberal snowflakes come to see professional cuddlers and cuddlists, that the increase has been because of the election. No. And lastly, that the popularity is in large liberal cities. No, we're quite active in the South as well. So part 2, I'm gonna read some of the excerpts of the article and share my thoughts on them. All right, love y'all, bye.